Good day and welcome to day 6 of the bootcamp. The fact that we're in day 6, it means we are about to finish with this bootcamp. And I just want to say congratulations to you if you have been with us from day 1 up until today. This shows that you're committed to learning and you really value what we are doing here. Now, today, or just to give you a quick recap, what we did was to show you the workflow from moving from a front-end app built with Lovable, storing it in in GitHub. After storing it in GitHub, we can then clone it into our local machine, which is our computer. Then we can just play around with that. Now, if you didn't catch that, if you're not part of our group or anything like that, I'm gonna leave the 3 tasks in the description. You must first go through those in order to understand this complete workflow. Unless if you're someone who understands Firebase, Cursor, and GitHub. Otherwise, it will be very, very important that you go through those tasks. They're gonna teach you and they're gonna test you on the small things that you have learned. Now, I'm gonna start by explaining what Firebase authentication is in a visual way, right? You have a user. This user goes and he logs in, right? Now, Firebase authentication will verify their identity. It's like, who is this person? Does this person have an account in this app? If they do, and their password, the password that they put there matches the password that is in authentication, then you can say, let's give this person access to this app. To just show you a bit, let me go to authentication. This is how it is. You have your identifier, and then you have your your user ID, and of course there's also a password. You just can't see it right here. But yes, that's how it is structured, in the sense that if a person logs in with this email, it means the password that is stored here and the password that they're putting in the app must match. If those two things match, then we give them access. That's just how this thing works. Now it allows only the right people into your app. This is good for security. You don't want people to just get into your app and they don't have an account. Now, what works along with authentication is also the database. It's called Firestore in Firebase, right? Now, let me give you a quick visual so that you can understand this. You have in your app, right? You have a profile, a user. This user has a profile, right? Could be Facebook, it could be whatever. They have a profile, and in the profile, there's the name of that person and also the email of that person. Also, there's the user data, their settings, their posts, and history. Where do you think all those things are stored? They must be stored somewhere. You get what I'm saying? Now, where they are stored is actually in what you call a database. You can go to the database this side. If you have not started, you just go to all these apps and then you're going to choose what? Cloud Firestore. This is the database. Come here, and when you get there, if you have not started, then you can start. Let me just give you a quick demonstration, right? Now, this is your database. Right now, it is empty. Now, you have what you call collection. Collection is like a big branch of a tree, and then it's going to have small branches as you go down. So if you have a collection, for example, this collection is called posts, right? Fine, we just set it up and we're gonna choose number 1. So let's say this is post 1, right? In post 1, you have the body, of the post. Then you're gonna write, "Hi guys, I am learning at school outside school. Please don't be confused by these things if it's confusing you, but it's a simple thing of, okay, you have this thing called a document ID, and a document stores information. What kind of information? Well, it stores information about post, right? You have a body of the post, and then you have a title of a post, a title, like just like that, and then you can say greetings. That is the heading of what? Of this post. And who wrote this post, for example? A writer. We can say something like that. Writer. Let me say Chirizi. Now you can save this one. This is just to demonstrate how a database really works in real life. You get what I'm saying? So it's still loading. I think it's the network that is the problem. Okay. There it is. Now you have posts. You have post number one. Post number one has information, right? And then in post, you can have a second post, right? You can have post two, and it's also gonna have the same details. For example, writer. I will just put stuff there. It's also gonna have the same thing. Maybe let's say the title, and then you can also have what? The body. That's just how these things work, and it's as simple as that. You can have posts, and all the posts are going to be stored what? Here, as you can see. Now you also have other things. You also have other things like users. The users that you have, you need to store these people somewhere so that you remember stuff about them, their birthday, and everything like that. Let's say document number one. This user is called user one, for example. What is the what are the details for user one? You have name, and name is Chidizi, as you can see. This is the name of the user. You can have things like age. You can say what? 20. You can have things like phone number. Wait, phone number, and you put the values. For example, here, let me say that, and you have that, right? And just like that, you can have users. So now you have posts, and you also have users. In these users, you can keep adding other users like user number two, as it goes on, just like that, guys. It's as simple as that. Here this is what you call a collection. This is what you call a document, and then here you have the values. You get what I'm saying? With that said, let's really get into let's go back to understand how these things are working. In a database, for example, you can have what? Users, you can have posts, you can have settings. I really showed you guys these things when I was building here. You can also have a third one, which can be what? Settings, for example. Settings, what color do they like for their app and everything like that. All these things. So that was just a quick intro into what Firebase authentication is and Firebase Firestore. That is very important for you to understand. You see, now what does it do? It stores and organizes all your app's data in the cloud. You have to store the information somewhere. So this is what Firestore will help you with. How do they work together? A user can arrive. When they arrive, they're gonna what? They're gonna try to log in, and they're gonna be given access to the app, and then it's going to store. Oh yes, they're gonna create an account. They're gonna get access. They're going to the information about them is going to be stored. For example, um, if signing up requires what you call a birthday, it's going to be stored. You get what I'm saying, in the database. Then you're gonna get an app which has what? Their specific data. For example, it has their name, it has their settings, it has their email, all these things for this person. User can return anytime and pick where they left off. This is why it's important. It's important because a person doesn't have to be creating a new account every time. You get what I'm saying? This is the magic combination, and you need this in your app on any day. Now, how does this really work? Let me show you with the real world example. You have a to-do app, for example. Sarah creates an account in Firestore. A to-do list is saved, and then result, her tasks follow her everywhere. She can always remember, you can always get her to-do list. Now, how do we really implement this? Now, what you need when you start, let's say we're gonna start with what? Authentication, so that people are able to log in. What you're gonna do is to go to settings in Firebase, project settings. You go there, and when you come here, you're gonna scroll down. What you need is these things here. This information allows you to be able to have communication with this Firebase project right here. For you to be able to store, for you to be able to do authentication, you need these details. This is what will connect your app to this Firebase right here. So remember that we have downloaded our app into, yes, we have taken our app from GitHub, and now it's in our computer. So we're going to open that in what? In Cursor. What we're gonna do from now on is what? We can just ask Cursor a simple question. For example, we can say, what does this app do? You can ask that and you send. Now, the good thing about Cursor is that it understands everything about your app. It's going to find out, it's going to be reading all these files and everything like that, so that it understands. Now you see, it is reading the files, it's reading the files, and after some time, it's going to come back with full knowledge of what your app is all about. And yeah, those are just the superpowers. Those are just the superpowers of Cursor. Now it's gonna be doing that. Of course, it does take some time, but yeah, it has come back with the results. It says the main purpose. This app helps students work together safely between campus locations like libraries, student unions, their dorms, by connecting them with fellow students traveling similar routes at similar times. Key features: you can find a working partner, you can create a working group, you can use profiles, and there's also authentication, meaning a user can sign in. There's notifications as well, so that people get updates about works and group activities. And it's focused on what? On safety. Now you see the AI understands what this app does. What you want to do right now, because you just created this app using what? Lovable. You want to implement authentication. Let me try to show you something. So this is how you can run the app, by the way. What you can do is you can come here. If you do not control, alt, I'll write it down. Alt L, then you say Alt O. It's going to run your app. That's how you're actually able to, what do you call this thing? To view your app in the browser and everything like that. That's the way. Yeah, that didn't really work. I think there's a problem. But fine, this thing understands our app, which is very, very good, by the way. What we want is to now implement authentication, right? That is now our biggest focus at this point, because you know if our app doesn't have authentication, we're in trouble. So for you to be able to to implement authentication, you need to copy this thing here, these details right here, and then what you can go ahead and do is to give it to the AI. This is not a coding class, so I'm not going to be teaching you how to code and everything like that. If you can code these things by yourself, then you're going to be fine. But otherwise, what we are going to do is we are actually going to paste our configuration here, and then we can ask the AI, please implement authentication. Simple languages, guy. Authentication for this app so that users can log in and create account. You see, create accounts. This is the beautiful thing. You just talk to it. It understands what you're trying to do. Now you have given it information, which is very good news, and you're gonna send that, and it's going to start writing. It's gonna be installing all the necessary libraries and all these things in between. Now you see, it's installing Firebase. You need to be able to use Firebase within your computer, so it's always important for it to be able to do this. So as you can see, it has installed all these things. You just have to accept when it's installing the Firebase stuff, and you see it has started writing a file. Now let's just go and view that. You can see this is the details that we copied from Firebase, and now they are on the app, which is good thing. So you can actually just copy this whole thing, because as you can see, you see this whole file, it's actually written here. You get what I'm saying? Import, and this is the configuration right here. Now it's going to be writing all this logic, these files. And if you're really interested on what it's writing, please ask it. Ask it, hey man, what is the process? How do you do this thing? I'm not gonna take the time to explain the code. You get what I'm saying? But what we know for sure is that it is building our authentication so that we can be able to log in and we can be able to log out. Let me just show you this one. Don't be scared of code. So it says login, right? This is going to be happening asynchronously. Leave that part. But when you're logging in, you need an email and you need a password. You get what I'm saying? Now, it's going to use this function right here, and it's going to send what? The email and the password. Now, if these two are correct, then you are sorted. You're sorted. Now you can log in with what? With Google. Now this one is another one. I don't want us to focus on logging in with Google for now. But yeah, it's writing the code, is writing the code. As you can see, it has written 5 files so far, and this is all for authentication. As you can see, now it's writing. Remember, we spoke about front end and back end. This is in a way out of what? Back end and front end. This is for the user to be able to see the pages and everything like that. You see, so it's still writing, Yeah, you just have to wait and also accept, especially if this is your first time using Firebase on your computer. It's gonna be taking longer than what it is doing now, because I already used Firebase in my computer, so everything is proper. As you can see, it's writing the landing page and everything like that. All these things are important. So the one thing that you have to, what do you call it, recognize is that Cursor is not entirely free. Now you're gonna have to pay for Cursor if you're gonna use it too much. You're gonna use it, just to start out and everything like that. Things are gonna be fine, man. You're gonna be proper. But if this means that you're going to be abusing it and everything like that, then yeah, you might have to pay. We can just go to the page to see pricing and see how that is sorted. So you have a 2-week trial as a pro, and then you have limited agent requests and everything like that. Then the $20 one, which is about 360, I think, you can get. Yeah, here you can just use it without worrying. This one is for people who are crazy. But yeah, all that. One thing I can tell you is that so far, what you can do is you can create different accounts. You see, after 2 weeks, it's gonna end. You should create another account. After another 2 weeks, just like that, you can go and create different email accounts for this. If you want it that much. I pay for this one, the $20 one, and yeah, it's been a few months, but yeah, it's been helpful so far. What you can do as well is split it with someone. You see, for example, I split this deal with my partner. Sometimes, the one who handles the payment. And yeah, now this is it. Yeah, it's trying to show you running the app. Let's see. It has worked. So this is what you have to do, right? When it says npm run dev, it means it's running in development. Development means you're still testing the app. It's not really fully complete. You get what I'm saying? It's running locally. So you have to come and follow this link. You have to open that link in order to be able to see your app and see if the Firebase authentication is really working. As you can see, my beautiful app, now it has loaded. You're gonna say, let's say get started. We're gonna start by paying. Let me use this account. So my full name, and then I'm gonna create a password. Let me say Sib 1234567. I hope I don't forget that. 1234567. These passwords don't look the same. Okay, let me try again. 1234567. Okay, maybe that's good. And then we say create account. Now it is creating account in the background. That means our authentication is working. Now let me just show you what was happening in the background. This is going to be important and it should blow your mind. Now you see, for authentication, a new user was added. This is the same account that I used when I was signing up, as you saw. Now if you go to the database where the data is stored, you're gonna find something. Oh yeah, we haven't really set up, yes, we haven't set up, what you call it, the database. Now you see, what we can do right now is, yes, as I was saying, yes, so you see, authentication is working properly, and now we are able to add users, we are able to log in. We can just try to, what do you call this, come here and you say log out. Now we can go like this and say login. Now in the login, we can log in with our old account and see if it is working properly. Clayton, say 10 at gmail.com. Now the password, let me remember what I wrote. 4567. And we say sign in. It works. Now this is a milestone. We were able to implement what do you call it? The authentication. And that's just one part of it. This data right here, it's not stored in the database, as you can see. Let me show you. All these things are these ones are the ones that I used to show you. But this data, this one is fake. There's no such a thing as Sarah Chen. There's no Alex Rodriguez, whatever. Jessica Wu. These people are not real. This is not real data. So you want to make sure that your app is working fully by making sure that your user profile is being stored in your database. You get what I'm saying? Let's just do this. Wait, let me try something here. This is not the page that I want. Okay. Yes. So now you see you are done with authentication and everything like that. You want to be able to allow saving profile and data in the database. So you can just tell you, okay, let us save user profile and app data in the database. You see, you just do that, and then it's going to start integrating your, what do you call it, your database, as I've shown you before. Now I know you guys might be confused with, okay, how do I know what to do at each time? How do I know what to do and everything like that? It's all okay. One thing I know is that you can just ask AI, what should I do next? You get what I'm saying? You don't have to know everything when you're using AI. That's the whole point of using AI. Even when you don't know how to do something, you will be able to do something. You get what I'm saying? For example, it's saying um, store additional user. It's suggesting these things. You get what I'm saying? So you just come and say, okay, let's implement maybe this step right here. You see, as you can go. Now, I want to teach you something called Firestore rules. This is very, very important. Let me show you this. Where is it? Yeah, rules. So this is the data. This is where you can see a database. There's what you call rules. Now this side, here's what happens this side. It allows, oh yes, let me just read from here. This rule allows anyone with your Firestore database reference to view, edit, and delete all the data in your Firestore database. It is useful for getting started, but it is configured to expire after 30 days because it leaves your app open to attackers, people who are going to attack your app. At that time, all client requests to your Firestore will be denied after 30 days because it's going to lock. So here's why this actually is important. Here's why you need to know about rules. Rules allow um, they determine how people are actually going to use your app. Right now, a person, as long as a person has what you call this, um, has those configurations that I just showed you guys. Where is that? Let me see. Yes, as long as a person has this thing, they can add data, they can delete people, they can play with your database. And that is very, very, very bad news, by the way, because it means anyone can just come and delete your stuff, anyone can just come and play with your stuff. So you want to make sure that your rules are up to date and they're proper. Now, remember, we don't know anything. The one thing that we know is how to use AI. AI will actually help you with this thing called Firebase Rules. It's going to write the Firebase rules for you, and because you installed Firebase here, you can just update those Firebase rules by accepting right here on the terminal. No, no, let me not say the terminal, but on the chat here, you can be able to send your rules and update them right here, or you can just go and copy them and come and paste them here. I think it would be good to show you guys an example. Let me show you an example with the company app. How this thing shouldn't be showing that. The company app, for example. Yes. Now you see this is a real database. For example, it has users, and these users they have accounts. This is one user, second user. It goes on. Now this one, it says the settings, the progress of the person, and everything like that. I hope I'm not exposing people's data here. Okay, this is my own profile, so I can show you guys. You see, it's showing the email, the ID of that person, the last time they logged in, their learning preferences, their learning style, and their name. All these things are being saved in the database. I showed you guys. So this is one user. This is one user, and you have many users here. Then this is a collection about users. You see how this thing works. Now you have rules. When you come to rules, this is where you actually see why rules are important. Let me just show you an example here. Users collection. Who can edit this collection? Who can edit users? Who can add users? Who can do this? Now it allows you to read or write if and your authentication is proper. You get what I'm saying? If your authentication in your app is the same as the user ID here in the database. But if it's confusing, it's okay. You can go learn about these things. But this thing allows, for example, you see, users collection, users can only access their own data. These are the rules. Project collection, users can only access their own project. This is actually important because it allows, okay, this person can only do this. Imagine if you can edit someone's data from your own from your own app. I that's not really good. You get what I'm saying? Unless if you're an admin. So what you can do is you can accept these files. Yeah, let me show you now. You see, these are the rules. They've been written here. Let me show you. Let's just go there. I hope you can see this. The users collection, users can read and write their own profile. This AI has written that. The working groups collection. Anyone authenticated can read working groups. I mean, you need to see working groups so that you can join them as well. Only authenticated users can create groups. It's not everyone. People who have a proper login and a proper, what do you call it, sign up. Yes, those people can edit, they can view. Only group organizer can update or delete their groups. Imagine you can delete someone's group. That would be tragic. You get what I'm saying? So rules are preventing that, by the way. Rules are preventing cases like that. Users can update their own working history. Users can delete their own working history. This is good. You get what I'm saying? And it's giving you the steps here. It says what? Copy these rules to your Firestore console. That means you're gonna come and do it. Gonna select all and copy, and we're gonna come here and we're gonna select and replace with that, just like that, and we're going to publish. Going to publish. Fine. Now because we have set what do you call it? Hey, this is the wrong project, by the way. I just forgot. Yeah, we made a mistake. This is not supposed to be the project compared to latest. I don't know what I did, but it's okay. I'll find it. But yes, the project that we actually working on is this one. Okay, you're gonna paste all those rules here. Now you can see you're gonna publish. Now you see properly what these rules are saying. Only group organizers can update or delete their groups and everything like that. So now these are the security features. It explains what these rules are doing right here. Let's try to log in now and see if the database is actually working. Let's log out. Now let's come as if we are a new person. Just use a dummy account. Let me say supplier at gmail.com. And let's leave that password and we're gonna, oh, we need to register. Sorry. What will be the name? I think I already have this account. Let me see. We go to the authentication. Oh, we don't have that account, so we can use it. If the account already exists, that means you can't use it again, right? So let me do the password. Okay, let me just do a simple one. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Create an account. Okay, the passwords do not match. That's okay. 1 2 3 4 5 6. And I think, yeah, 1 2 3 4 5 6. We can create an account. An account has been created. Now you see all the fake data has been removed. What can you do as a user? You can create your own group. You see, you can come and create your own group. Just that, of course, many things are not working here, and that's okay because we're only starting out. And let's go to this and let's refresh. You see, the user has been added. Now the user has been added. in the authentication, there's also a database. Remember, let me show you now. Let me see something. Aha, this is now the real user. So what happens is that when you are creating an account, it's going to add you to authentication and also add you in the database. Now you see, there's a new member. This is their name, this is their email, this is their photo, and this is their work, and this is the ID and when it was updated. Now you get to see these real things. You get what I'm saying, guys? Otherwise, that was just a quick lesson into implementing authentication and also implementing uh, the Firestore, which is the database for the app. Now you can go ahead and talk to this app, do this for me, but hey, that's gonna be a long one because you have to know what your app must do. You must remember the features and everything like that, all those things. Now the thing that I did was, I think most of you will remember, I showed you my app company. Let me see something. It's still loading. As I said, I was showing you my app, the app where you can turn an idea into a working app in just one day. Let me try to. Oh yes, as I was trying to show you my app. Don't mind all these columns. I actually removed most of these: target audience, key features, user flow. I removed all of these so that it's beginner friendly. A person who doesn't know anything and they just want to brainstorm and see how the stuff, their app would look, then they can just come here. So I removed most of these so that you guys don't have to struggle with planning. So it's going to be generating the ideas. As you can see, it's going to generate a few ideas, and you're going to have to choose from those which one really aligns with what you want. And I think this is actually a cool one. You can choose a project. So there's going to be 3 ideas, and you're going to choose. You can also generate new ideas from that as well. So we can go ahead and choose the first one. You can say choose this project. Okay, there was a problem. I need to pay for the API. It's okay. So let's leave that. But what I'm trying to show you eventually is that um, instead of so yes, okay, the API, I need to pay for that, but I'm gonna fix that. But what I was trying to show you was that how this app actually works. It's going to generate a description for your app, what it does, and also the features that you can build according to the app that you chose. For example, if you chose this one, all these features are going to be saved. And then you have prompts. You have 2 prompts. You're gonna have a lovable prompt and a cursor prompt. If you've already used the lovable prompt, then that means you don't have to save it. But you see, cursor prompt here, when you take all of this, you just give it to Cursor and Cursor will do the magic. That's actually how I actually built this app. I built it using 2 prompts, Lovable and Cursor prompt, and I generated those and I built this app. I think I was using Cursor, but yeah, that was just the fun thing. I'm gonna give access to this app. You're gonna be able to generate one idea, and there's lessons there. People who want to know how to use GitHub. There's also a, what do you call it? Let's go to the dashboard. There's also an AI assistant if you want that. You got what I'm saying? Yeah, one again. Manje, I'm owing. I'll pay for that, but it's okay. There's an AI assistant. You can build projects, or you can generate new ideas as you go. Otherwise, that was it today. The main purpose of today was actually to show you how you can implement authentication and also how you can implement the database, meaning you can store data. There's going to be a task. I'm going to put it down there so that you're able to get a step by step process of how you can implement this in your own app. With that said, please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you when I